In this video we are going to be discussing my fitness life, which is what I like to call gym gains. We are going to be discussing nutrition, exercises and more. So what does my daily routine look like? Well, before we actually go into this in detail, the key factors I like to consider are progressive overload, diet, sleep. These are very important skills that you must have if you're beginning your gym journey. For those of you who don't know, progressive overload is just gradually increasing the weight over time. For example, ramping up the weights by maybe like 2 kilograms every other week or something like that. Let's cover these points. So we're going to do my plan for lifting and cardio, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks in between, and obviously a final motivational boost here. Obviously, before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe and check out my other platforms. Link in the description below as always. Now, let's begin. Most guys don't think their gym journey through. Most guys just go to the gym, throw weights around, and they believe that all of a sudden they're going to have this dream lean muscular physique or lean athletic physique. Most men, including myself before, would do these things, these huge mistakes. Not progressively overloading, eating the wrong macros, not enough calories, not warming up before their workouts. That actually led to me getting injured and I was out of action for like 6 months. Actually, it was 4 months actually. Our cortisol max, they stress too much. I'm not getting enough sleep. I never did this because I usually sleep like a baby, but I would sleep at inconsistent times, which would actually hurt my circadian rhythm, or however you're supposed to pronounce that. The better solution would be progressively overloading, like I said, increasing weight maybe every 2 weeks, or when the old one feels a bit too easy. Prioritizing high protein, high calorie foods for bulking, high protein, low calorie for cutting, reducing stress and cortisol through meditation or journaling via ChatGPT, and of course getting at least 8 hours of sleep a night and taking rest days. An even better tip would be to try and sleep and wake up at a similar time every single day. Obviously there will be exceptions, but try to stick to the rule. And of course, don't skip cardio. This is especially for people who want to cut. Whether you're bulking or cutting, I still don't think you should skip cardio. But nevertheless, it's not a good thing because obviously running has been associated with lower risk of heart disease, so there is nothing that you have to lose there. Just make sure you adjust your calories depending on how much exercise you do. Just some examples before we move on to the next part. Push and pull. So push exercises are, well, they target muscles such as chest, triceps and shoulders, as you can see here. Pull exercises are ones that prioritize back and biceps, and obviously more. The 7 aesthetic muscles, as you can clearly see, are the chest, back, shoulders, triceps, biceps, legs and abs. But I would still think that upper body strength is a lot more important than lower body strength, even though both are important. So if we're talking purely based off the ones that I think are the most important for SMV, I would say it's probably these ones, the upper bodies, 6 to 7. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that, you can always skip leg day. I mean, I skip leg day because my legs get injured pretty easily and I've had a bad experience with it. But we can just talk about that some other time because the focus of the video is the aesthetic muscles. Now, the reason why training these muscles will benefit you more than compound lifts if you want aesthetics is because these are the ones that get the most attention. Now, whether you like it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, yes, women are part of the reason that we are working out. It's not the entire reason. Obviously, we do it for ourselves as well. But anybody trying to say that it's not for improving one's SMV at all is just coping. So, we are social beings. Just own it, okay? And improving on these aesthetic muscles will boost your value. And I'm telling you this. Now, you might say to yourself, well, but I have an ugly face. There's no gym for my face and things like that. But that is a huge limiting belief, and we'll go over that at the end. So let's get back on topic. Studies show that a high protein diet combined with the correct macros, a 40-30-30 ratio of carbs, protein and fat, is the most optimal. As you can see, I have used Google AI to assist with my research. Don't fall for the dirty bulk or it's the okay as long as calories are right myth. Macros matter and you want to gain muscle, not fat. One cheat day per week is optimal in my opinion. Any more than that and you're compromising your diet. So here is an example of some stuff that I'd have for breakfast. So Kenko coffee with some milk. As you can see here, pita wrap, an English breakfast healthier version. You can see the ingredients here and the benefits of each macro and the nutrients. I like to keep it simple like I just said there. Lunch examples. So as you can clearly see here, these are just a few of the many things that I eat for lunch. There's so many more foods, but I just couldn't fit or think of all of them. And here is the dinner here. So steak and vegetables, obviously, self-explanatory. Thai green curry here, pasta bolognese and salad here. So as you can clearly see, there is a huge mix of different nutrients that you can get, and all these nutrients are essential for obviously health, muscle growth, and obviously repairing oneself. As you can see, there's a little bit of a typo I keep putting. I like to keep it simple here, but oh well. Other snacks are here, as you can clearly see. These are some of the many snacks that I also like to eat. Whilst it's not easily available, this is pasteurized milk by the way. I also like to drink raw milk sometimes, as you know from my other videos. I also like raw eggs as well. And very occasionally I will eat raw meat. My problem is I don't know where to source the right raw meat from, but I'm still improving on my sourcing right now. I've had steak tartare my fair share of times, but we'll talk about that some other time. But these are just some of the many snacks. Now, whatever you do, just for safety reasons, don't go to Sainsbury's, open a pack of raw chicken and eat it, because you will be sick. There is a safe and an unsafe way to eat raw meat, but like I said, conversation for another day. Now, the final note I wanted to make is that you need to stop making excuses, okay? Right, we'll give you examples. Our ancestors didn't track their macros. This was a huge excuse I used to make to avoid having to log my meals. But the reality is that they didn't live in 2026. Well, how am I supposed to track them then? Ask ChatGPT, he can do it for you. You don't have to be exact, just estimate. Give him details about your metabolism, your BMI, all of that stuff, and he'll tell you. Gym selling is cope, there's no gym for your face, is what I hear from Black Pill and Incel forums. But the reality is that muscle add points to SMV, and lowering body fat percentage, and adding muscle tone. These things can all improve your face as well. Like, of the holy trinity of looks, which is face, height, body, height is the one that you can't really change. Don't do leg lengthening surgery. Please don't do that. I don't want you in a wheelchair and wasting all of your money. All because you wanted to add a few extra centimeters of height. But like I said, face is actually more controllable than people think. Like skincare, debloating, a large part of that is just lowering body fat percentage anyway, and muscle tone, which will make your jawline more visible, right? And body is the one that you can control the most. So for all of these insults saying, oh, I'm so lonely romantically, I can't find a woman, blah 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 blah. Listen, if you don't go to the gym, right, and you don't dress well, and you're complaining about the fact that you can't attract a woman, it's your own fault, okay? Like, you don't get to call yourself an insult until you've at the very least gym maxed. If you're already gym maxed and you're still struggling, then maybe we can talk about it. But the gym is the bare minimum, guys. Like, even if your face was like very ugly, would you rather have a very ugly face and a terrible physique, or have an ugly face with a great physique? Exactly, you'd rather be the second. So it's always good to strive to be better. And even if you didn't get magnitudes more women, there's so many other benefits, like mental health, physical health. There's so many benefits of going to the gym. It goes way beyond women. So whilst obviously women are part of the reason, they're not the entire reason. And even if women didn't exist, I would still go to the gym anyway. And actually, logically, I wouldn't exist if women didn't exist, if that makes sense. But like I said, that is a conversation for another time. I don't want to go too far into like philosophical stuff today. I'm not changing my meal plans just to get laid. That is a huge excuse I make, and loads of other people do too. But the reality is, it's not just about women. Like I said, large part of it gives you a sense of purpose and good health. Now, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you have a good day, and catch you on the next one.